The initiative is to bring together the supply chain industry, broader industry, and tertiary institutions to focus on how we as a community can develop more sustainable supply chains. To get involved is very straightforward. Go to our website, www.ssccap.com, and that will show you how to get involved with the Centre and the many initiatives and ideas that we have for developing more sustainable supply chains. The objectives of the Centre are very straightforward. It is by bringing the broader community together and supply chain industry to help us focus on developing more sustainable supply chains, with a particular focus on the Asia Pacific region due to the growth and the development that this region will go through in the next couple of years. So get involved. It's only by getting involved on a personal basis that we can all make a difference.
My name is Bang Jin. I'm one of the researchers within the Sustainable Supply Chain Center Asia Pacific, and I'm sort of responsible for the development of the tool called Sustain-Lite. Here I've pre-inputted some data. We're looking at the annual data. We're looking at the total amount of tonnage you're going to transport for the entire year. You're going to look at total distance that your trucks actually travel for the entire year as well, the number of transport trips for that year, the maximum capacity, in this case talking about the maximum carrying capacity of your trucks, and the total fuel usage for that year in terms of in units of liter. And last but not least, you're looking at the kind of fuel they are using for your transport. There are a few options here they're looking at. Can be either diesel, petrol, or other natural gas, petroleum gas. So once you have entered the road transport parameters, we move on to inventory or warehouse related data. So here you look at your warehouse area, you look at the total amount of products you actually ship for the entire year. So here we are describing in units, so just saying that you're transporting close to 6,000 units for that year. And one of the inventory data we're looking at is your average inventory turnover, and next will be the maximum amount of stocks that your warehouse is capable of stocking. Next, one of the more important data they are looking at is your energy data. We're looking at how much total energy consumption, in this case we're focusing on electricity consumption for the entire year in terms of kilowatt hour. And in some companies, for those companies that actually do sub-metering, you can enter the consumption for the lighting and cooling system separately. If not, this will be defaulted to 40-60%, which was actually a result of a study that we had with a local company. Here you have to enter the kind of lighting system. Okay, these are the options that are available, as well as lastly, the type of coolant that's being used, which commonly is R22. After which, we'll go to a summary page. Right, this is the final page. So once you are here, the first thing that you see is the kind of projected carbon footprint they're going to get for the next 10 years. Okay, if there is no initiatives in terms of sustainability initiatives being carried out. So as you can see, because this company is expecting a 5% growth, so the carbon footprint for a BAU case is going to be growing at 5% as well. So now companies can look at what are the potential things that can try it out. On the left, you can see there are 8 to 9 initiatives here. You can look at an alternative fuel. You can look at a better fleet design, or you can redesign your network, or you can implement a routing optimization for your transportation, or you can implement an inventory management kind of system to manage your average turnover better, or warehouse optimization in terms of increasing your utilization of your warehouse, lighting efficiency, refrigerant efficiency, as well as using an alternative coolant. So we can choose some of these initiatives and see what's the impact on the carbon footprint is going to be like for the next 10 years or so. So for example, in this case, we want to implement a network redesign. And we say that this might going to take place for the next 3 years or so. You'll be able to see that the kind of carbon reduction you're going to get is the blue line, which is the improved carbon footprint in the next 10 years. and your efficiency in terms of carbon efficiency is going to go up by 22% by the third year, the end of this particular initiative. And you can also look at probably routing optimization. Say you want to implement this after your network redesign initiative. So it's probably going to be like from the fourth year onwards to the seventh year. And you can see that this initiative is going to bring you further improvement in terms of carbon efficiency by about 28%. So these are actually the main initiatives that the company can concentrate on to bring up the carbon efficiency. And if we say, we can take a look at what's the impact of a warehouse optimization like. Let's say you want to implement a warehouse optimization project in the last, from the 7th to 9th year. And there's actually not much improvement in this case. So that actually implies that, for this particular operation, the focus should really be on network redesign and routing optimization. They'll actually give them the largest kind of carbon efficiency improvement.